All right, let's get this thing going here. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first ever ThrillGeek This Week. It's kind of weird. I feel like an amateur. We haven't done this in a while. I'm Clint, for those of you new that are watching.
I'm Barry.
Oh, okay. Barry and I are going to fight to the death.
Ring.
We are now Emery or Emily. We are now one person.
Emery, or Blemily.
Yeah, that last one, that's a winner.
It's been months. What is this thing? I forgot how to set this up.
Tell me about it. I tore mine apart yesterday, and I was like, I'm bored. I'm gonna completely redo everything.
Right?
Yes, remember this. I'm excited to be back. We have not talked about a lot of stuff besides amongst ourselves.
The group chat really be popping off.
I mean, albeit we can't talk about everything we talk about in the group chat. But I'm excited to talk some pop culture, some theme parks. It's been way too long. I feel like we got a little burnt out, so we're like, oh, let's take a break. And then our lives also got sort of crazy, and then
they're still crazy.
And then we're gonna start this week, and then maybe next week, and then maybe next week, and then
it was the Super Bowl, and then something else, and then something else, and then we saw you and I and family went to Frozen last week, and so
thanks for that invite.
But long story short, I mean, we kind of briefly explained, that we were ending the podcast and everything, and kind of going to this live stream weekly format. But yeah, we like Barry kind of summed it up pretty good. I got burnt out, of the podcast, 4.5 years of grinding through the podcast. It was a lot. And, I just needed a break, and, it was much needed. And then we kind of, we talked about it during Halloween Horror Nights to kind of redo the podcast,
rethink it,
reorganize
the best
it.
Conversations are had right outside the Simpsons bathroom at 11:30.
Yeah, it really is. We had a very in-depth conversation outside the Simpsons bathroom at during Halloween Horror Nights. And
we had a conversation. We formed a committee. They got back with us with a report, and then we didn't like the report, so we formed another committee. And then now we got this.
Yeah. So long story short, we briefly discussed, rehashing the podcast, doing some things different. And I slowly began to realize that, I really enjoy the live stream. I enjoy chatting with people. And I started to notice that while we did that during the podcast, it kind of took away from the flow of the podcast, so to speak. And so therefore I was like, why don't we just do a weekly live stream? That way we can kind of take a deep breath, relax, interact with people, and, just kind of take it easy. But yet still, these live streams are still going to be somewhat similar to the podcast. We're still going to talk about the latest, in what we're doing in our personal lives, theme parks, and pop culture. It's just going to be a little bit more laid back and chill and not so stressful. So anyways,
I just get to make more jokes now.
Yeah. We can all make more jokes, and now we have forced you to look at us while we talk. So
yay.
I feel like I said, I'm such an amateur at doing this. I have 5,000 things going here. Hello, Ryan. Hello, Michael. I'm going to really be paying attention to the live chat. So if you are watching, say hello. Don't be afraid to say hi. Whatever we're talking about, comment on it. That's why we're doing these live streams is, to focus on chatting with other, getting other people's opinions and thoughts and everything. So, anyways, as I said, we, whoops, there we go. Last week, Barry and I went and saw Frozen. So, which was pretty cool.
Oh,
I went and saw it.
It was
cool.
It
was pretty cool. Yeah.
Didn't you see it on Broadway, Emily?
No,
you didn't.
That's
see it
why
on Broadway?
I was like, "Oh, this is so nice."
I am shocked. I tell you, I am shocked.
No, that was after turn to Florida, and I only went back to Broadway to see 2 shows. One of those being SpongeBob SquarePants the musical, because that was a priority, and then to see Beetlejuice.
Yes,
So.
you've seen Beetlejuice, which we're
you have Beetlejuice on us, so we're all jealous of that. So
she has multiple things on us. So
yeah,
but I really enjoyed Frozen. It was I thought a very excellent production. I think the thing that really I liked the best about the show was the fact that the second act was way better than I thought it was going to be. I felt it was way better than the movie, because the first act of the show ends with "Let It Go," which amazing set piece. Enough cannot be said about the lighting, the special effects, and the choreography in the show were amazing. It was really one of the most like jaw-dropping effects of like how did they do that in moments and at a couple points in the show. But the second half of the show I felt was better than the movie. It really, I felt like probably when they created the show that Jennifer and the Lopez's probably looked at what wasn't good about the Frozen movie and said, hey, let's fix these issues in the Broadway play. And I felt it was a better and better satisfaction of getting to the finale.
Where would we be without projection mapping?
Yeah,
in the Frozen Broadway show.
Yeah, it was really stunning, and this was after Emily and I, have seen Aladdin, and that has some amazing effects in the show, and amazing set pieces. But I was definitely really impressed with Frozen, and just the entire cast was amazing. It was a very good, not my favorite Disney Broadway, but definitely up there.
Thanks to that show, I finally have a Frozen. I think the first Frozen T-shirt I ever bought was at that musical. So, it was really good.
You got to remember that Broadway merch is way classier than the regular merch.
Yeah, and way more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like $85 for a hoodie and all that stuff. So,
but then didn't you two? Here's a shocker: Emily and Clint have seen The Batman, and I have not.
The Batman.
Listen, it is significantly cheaper to go to a movie theater.
Barry texted me I think he texted me, but he texted me and was like, I don't know when I'm going to have time to see it. I'm like, you have such a busy life.
I mean, to be fair,
I would like
I
can show you the calendar for the next few weeks.
You got to go to, you went to Mardi Gras and you saw LL Cool J. That's why you're so busy.
They have a movie theater on City Walk.
He is a rock and roll Hall of Famer. It was
an
amazing show. It was an amazing show, by the
way.
way.
It's the same thing.
LL Cool J, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I Universal so far, I felt like for Mardi Gras really knocked it out of the park, between LL Cool J and Diana Ross and Bare Naked Ladies. Rest of the lineup,
I'm sorry, do you not like our Lord and Savior Marshmallow?
A Fortnite concert tonight. Marshmallow. But no,
I mean, just the fact that almost the rest of the half the rest of the artists are probably just going to be an artist with a DJ and some dancers. So
Emily, what did you think of the Batman? I keep calling it Batman, but the movie is called The Batman.
I mean, I've never been sexually attracted to a movie before, so there's that. And I'm not talking about Robert Pattinson. I thought it was great. Without trying to give
keep it
spoilers,
kind of, I was gonna say keep it kind of spoiler free because we may have kind of.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna say anything. But
I mean, you
can't.
It's
point in the movie where it should end, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
And there is a third act, and I do think the third act is good. But it's also almost a 3-hour-long movie, and if you're not about it, it starts to feel like it after a while. I
was gonna go see the 10 o'clock IMAX or Dolby, and I was like, no, I will be asleep. I will be passed out.
Yeah, I almost went to the 11 o'clock on Thursday night.
You'd be what 11, 12, 1, 2.
Well,
you'd be in
that.
It would have been 2:30 in the morning,
midnight, and she got home at 4 a.m. And I was like, oh, no.
After credits, you'd be in there you'd be 3 a.m.
Well, that's the thing too. We sat and there's a tiny little blip, but there's not really a Marvel end credit scene or anything. So you're just kind of sitting there forever, being like, oh. But I thought it was good. I'm excited to see what else. I mean, I saw today that they're looking to cast Oscar Isaac for the sequel, and that's my husband. So
interesting. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
No, I loved it.
I mean, it's really good. It's, I would put it on par of, Dark Knight.
That a lot of people are putting their ranks out, ranking all the Batman movies from, Michael Keaton all the way up until up.
I still think Lego Batman is the best Batman movie.
It is.
I'm not joking.
The best Batman movie.
It is the best Batman movie.
There was a picture on Twitter of every Batman movie, and somebody put Lego Batman because they forgot to put him in the original picture, and an arrow pointing at him, and the question on the tweet was what's your favorite Batman movie? And somebody photoshopped Lego Batman in the back corner and an arrow pointing at him, and this one. That's my poor Lego Batman.
I don't know. I mean, probably my two favorite Batman movies are Lego Batman, and then going way back, Batman Mask of the Phantasm.
Wow.
No, Ryan. It's not no. It's dun for 3 solid minutes.
No, I'm excited. I'm excited because obviously you guys have seen it, but it feels like we finally got a Batman movie that is more like the comics than any of the other ones have ever been.
Honestly, it's not really based on it, but it's very reliant on Long Halloween.
Yeah.
And I like that because we keep getting Marvel content that's slightly based on actual comics that are already there. So it's nice to actually see a Batman one following it for once.
Yeah. And I think that's why I liked it so much was it's, previous Batman movies kind of touch on his whole detective side. This was like a serious
well, this is
detective
right
noir,
after this is 2 years into him being Batman too. So it's not hey, I'm this millionaire playboy, or I've been doing this for so long that I'm jaded. It's brand new, fresh, and I think that's nice because then you can really loop in Bat Family, and I want that to happen at some point. So
it'd be nice.
It'd be a blessing, but here we are.
But I really enjoyed it. I like we said, a lot of people are putting Dark Knight just above this, and I'm literally gonna have to go back and watch Dark Knight and be like, yeah. I think what it is to me is I think
but remember everybody liked Dark Knight because of Joker. Now we're Batman because of Batman.
Exactly. And that's kind of what I was saying is, I think the Dark Knight had better villains.
Yeah.
I mean, what's his name's Joker is untouchable. His Joker is, unbelievable. So I think in that respect, I think this is a better Batman because I never got into Christian Bale as Batman. I never warmed up to it. I was just kind of
Well, it's like they didn't get the whole thing right with the voice until Ben Affleck's Batman. That it's a voice thing. It's not him going. It was always the only really dumb thing with Bale's Batman. It's just he would just use a vocalizer, not just that. Yeah. All of a sudden, I talk like this.
He talks with a little bit of a deeper voice in this, but it's not like Christian Bale, where he's where is he? But yeah, no, I loved it. It was fantastic. I want to go see it again. Like Emily said, it's almost 3 hours long and it's a lot of movie.
Oh, I'm waiting till it comes out on some type of streaming platform or something because I need to pause it.
It's supposed to be 45 days till HBO Max, allegedly.
Hey, HBO Max coming through. Thanks for that subscription, Barry.
Yeah, Ryan. No, I completely agree. It felt like it was right out of the Arkham games. Yeah, I felt like I could grab a controller and start playing. It was yeah. I completely agree.
Brutal too. That's what you want out of Batman.
It's dark. It's brutal.
Cutter Marvel crap. And I love Marvel. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, that's not Batman.
I think I saw the sunset or the sunrise 4 or 5 times the whole movie. Other than that, it was dark and raining and fantastic. So yeah, it's good stuff. If you haven't seen it, go see it. Go see it in a large screen format too. IMAX, Dolby. Yeah, it's worth the extra. I mean, if you don't have the AMC, what is it, Stubs, A-list, or whatever the hell it is. Go see it in big screen because it is worth everything.
Go support my mom, Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah, exactly. So all right, Barry, I know you said we were going to talk about last year, but I
let's please stop.
I don't want to. Let's
Disney World's 50th sucked. There you go.
Yeah, basically. And you know, we never did a Halloween Horror Nights podcast, so whatever. No,
it was good.
Emily and I got to enjoy 3 movie musicals that were actually very good. So
can I just sing Tick Tick Boom the whole podcast? Would everyone enjoy that?
Well, I mean, that's my only thing. If you would have told me at the beginning of 2021 that 3 of my favorite movies of the year would be musicals, I would have been like, yeah, no. I was like, I don't even understand why Spielberg's making that West Side Story remake. It's like, and then
I still don't understand why he made it, but it's still there and it's still good.
Yeah.
It's 2021 was interesting.
It was a year I lived through.
Yes. And Halloween Horror Nights was fun. So
please give me a new one.
Did you say please give me a new one?
Yeah, new Horror Nights, because I've known about the same event for almost 3 years and I was tired.
Oh,
I think that's happening, Emily. I think they're working on it.
I'm hoping they're working on a new event this year. I really hope so. I hope. Fingers crossed.
It's not like I know anybody who works there that could tell me this.
You know, and I think that was the other thing too. Is, you know, in the middle of all this podcast stuff, you know, I think I don't know. I can't speak for Emily and Barry, but I think we
all had priorities of being there until 3 a.m.
Well, you know, I think we all got kind of sort of burnt out of Horror Nights this year, kind of quick.
Except for the fact we still all went.
Yeah, we still went every night. We still did our due diligence with Horror Nights, but I think, you know, like I said, I can't speak for YouTube, but, you know, myself, I got kind of burnt out kind of quick of Horror Nights, which is, weird for me to say. I spoke
about this like when I did I do another podcast called Grinning Host, and we kind of did like a recap episode, and like the one thing we all agreed on was that like you know, with the internet and everything like that, and like the speculation maps, you pretty much knew what was coming for almost 3 years.
Yeah.
And when you know what's coming for 3 years, it's very hard to keep excitement about it. And then when you get it, and you know, it's still good, it's still great, we all still went, but at the same time, it's like when you know about something for so long, then you experience it, you're like, it's okay, it's good. Yeah, I liked it, but there's not really anything of like hyping you up a little bit more about it, if that makes sense. So at least that's where I'm excited about this year, where I don't even know anything, and I probably would have by now. Yeah. So it's like, you know, the fact that we're
Stranger Things
really hearing anything. Who knows? There's so many things going around the little Horror Night cesspool. We'll figure it out eventually.
No, I mean, I think I was a little burned out too. I didn't close the event down as often as I normally do. I still went as many days as I normally do, but I did not. I would bail out a lot of times instead of like.
See, you and I reversed this year. You would always do Stay and Scream, and I would always just go at like midnight.
I don't know why. I came home from work sometimes. You know, on the nights I worked till 11, and it's like, and I was just like, nah, I don't feel like going.
It's okay, Barry. You can say it. You're getting old.
I say that, but then of course the final week, you know, I was there every single night.
Right.
And,
all right.
Yeah, we had a problem this year.
So
or last year.
And speaking of Halloween Horror Nights, we will be bringing back our guide, as I posted on the Twitter. So for those of you that have checked it out last year, our HHN Ultimate Thrill Guide, that'll be back up and rocking and rolling. I've left pretty much everything up from last year, and as stuff, we should be getting something soon. Dates, something, right?
You'd think
something. Very soon here.
I would think date coming up.
Dates will come out before any announcement.
Dates will be coming, I think, coming up here soon.
Yeah.
But that sweet vacations.
The guide will be back, and as things are announced, updated, or we'll update the guide as we go along here. So, but if you go to it now, it's going to be everything from last year.
Just kidding. Everything's coming back. Texas Chainsaw forever. All hail Bubba.
So, all right, we're going to turn this into the Thrill Geek this week. It's now becoming Shill Geek.
Shill Geek.
Shill Geek.
Because I'm going to talk about Galactic
Starcruiser. And everything.
Yeah, you got to go to the local media event where you got a crash course in Galactic Starcruiser, and I think instead of like, in the past, sometimes we sort of go on and on about everything we did, but it's like, what were some of your highlights, Clint? What were the highlights you think of the stuff you got to experience while you were on Galactic Starcruiser? Or some people would like to say, what did Disney tell you was the highlights?
Yeah, you shill. Give us the list.
Hold on. Let me get my piece of paper that's the stuff that Disney tells me to say.
It would have been really funny if you did print something out that was like, I am a big shill.
Well, it would be really funny if someone made a YouTube video.
Right?
Hey, we got
this
from that, so.
This 4-hour crash course that Disney put, the local and bloggers through was a lot. We had some of the interactions with the things, with the characters and the some of the stuff that you interact with. The food,
more of like a highlight tour then.
Yeah, it was really a lot for me to digest. I can't even give it a review, because it was 4 hours of, okay, here's like an interaction with the stormtrooper and one of the First Order generals. And here's, we got a tour of the room, the standard room, which, listen, you are not paying for the room. You are paying for these characters. And that to me is the highlight of, Galactic Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser, are these interactions with these characters, because you are literally living your own basically Star Wars movie for 2 days in a nutshell.
I mean, you everything we've seen from other people we know who got to experience the actual thing is there's not a lot of free time. I mean, you've got multiple storylines that you can involve yourself in. You're not going to be spending a lot of time in your cabin.
You can if you really want.
You can.
To,
I mean,
you shouldn't.
I think the biggest thing that's come out from some of our friends out there is just like, if you don't like interactive theater and want to be part of an experience, this is not the thing for you.
This is Star Wars D&D in real life.
Yeah,
the day before, we had a Q&A with some of the Imagineers and people from Lucasfilm, and I forgot who said it, but one of them was like, well, if you don't want to, if you want to kind of sit in the background, and have a drink at the Sublight Lounge, we have that opportunity. I'm like, if you're paying $5,000-$6,000 for this, there's literally no point in you going unless you are going to be fully invested in these. I've watched several people that went for the full 2 days, and they have their little PDA things with the list of all the stuff going on. You are fully invested in this storyline, and that's one of the coolest things about this thing is, you get these really close the few that we got were really cool. I mean, for those of you that have watched the video, we had these two stormtroopers, like, we got a sample of some of the First Order stuff, some of the Resistance stuff, more so the Resistance stuff. The one First Order thing, like I said, we had to free these two stormtroopers that were locked up in this cell, and I'm getting yelled at I'm getting yelled the code across the room to unlock the doors. And it was hilarious. If you haven't watched our videos, go watch them, because I was dying laughing the whole time. People are you got to find the code to unlock the door and everything. And it was an absolute
sounds like
blast.
A giant escape room when you phrase it like that.
A lot of the stuff like this. The one thing that we did for the First Order is we had to sabotage. We were down in the engineering room and we had to sabotage the Halcyon, basically the ship. I don't know if we sabotage like the hyperdrive or whatever you call it. But we had to do some sabotaging so the ship couldn't jump to hyperspace. And that was like an escape room. Like, Emily nailed it. There were several puzzles you had to complete and in a timely fashion, and you had to get it just right.
$6,000 escape room.
Yeah. But the best way I can see this being worth it. And, I saw, who's the reporter from Attractions, Brooke. She posted videos and pictures of her kids. which were absolutely adorable. You know, her kids crying that they didn't want to leave and everything.
That would be me.
And
I would be crying.
Yeah, the one thing that I think the best way to do this would be to, oh look, it's Kel. She's watching on Twitch. Kelly.
I love you.
I think the best way for you to fully, because the other thing too is, you know, everybody was getting dressed up. You know, some people were doing some really cool costumes and everything, and that is going to be the best way to experience this thing. And I think one of the coolest ways to do it would be, you know, and this would be a cost-effective way too, is getting 3 or 4 of your buddies, you know, splitting the cost. That's $1,500.
So we need one more.
Yeah.
Kelly.
You guys ready to go?
Let's go, girl.
Everybody set aside $1,500 and we'll knock out some Galactic Starcruiser. But no, you know, it was a lot for me in the 4 hours. You know, I can't sit here and give a full review on it because we didn't get the full experience. But what I saw was the immersion is unreal. Like you could, like some of the characters, like you can literally sit down and, you know, have a conversation with them. And just the detail of that was like, wow, this is really cool. I don't think this is for the people that are like even like people that are just like fans of the Star Wars movies. You know, you have to be.
This is for the diehards.
Yeah,
fully invested.
Yeah, you have to be fully invested in the Star Wars universe to get your money out of this. And I think in that respect, it's worth it. Now,
did you get to see some of the finale, the sort of the final thing that's supposed to happen?
The final scene, obviously, Kylo Ren arrives on the Halcyon. Rey comes in. There's this lightsaber battle between the two of them. You get a quick glimpse of her lightsaber, which then she awkwardly puts down and picks it up.
Yeah, I hope they fix that.
From what I've heard,
from a gist of like mist or something that comes out.
From what I've heard, that is not supposed to happen. The way she awkwardly set down the lightsaber and picked up.
Oh no, it was probably the way it was supposed to happen, and then they realized it looked bad.
No, I don't think that was the way it was supposed to happen, because I've heard several things from, there was an effect that wasn't working. One of the other things that I heard was when Kylo Ren comes in, he uses the Force to knock down the chandelier in the atrium of the ship. Excuse me.
Breathe.
Throat's killing me.
He's just talking so fast that he's like
no, he comes in and he uses the Force to knock down the chandelier. And I think something is supposed to happen with Rey where she is supposed to act to that, and that's when the switch happens. I don't know. But I don't think that was supposed to happen, because that was really awkward. I don't know why that happened when all the media was there.
Bad. Yeah, because
the
internet ripped it apart.
We've seen videos of it. How did the Force pull look in person though? When he uses the Force to pull her and she's on like the conveyor belt thing. Spoiler alert. For those of you that are planning on going on the Galactic Starcruiser.
Sorry, the Force isn't real.
Sorry, Emily.
Sorry, Emily. We just
do you need a moment? We'll let you.
Everybody,
it's okay. Just relax for a few minutes.
Relax.
The Force binds us all.
The Force binds us all. I am one with the Force.
No, it looked really good. I think everybody lost their mind more than when she came out with the cool retractable lightsaber thing.
Yeah.
When he started using the Force and I'm guessing it's a conveyor belt. It's some sort of belt or something that she's on. Kicked on and she moved towards him. I think everybody lost their mind more so than the cool lightsaber. It was really cool. It was a really cool effect. That really blew me away. That was something that they, integrated into the whole Kylo Ren and the chandeliers. That whole scene, aside from the awkward lightsaber moment, is really cool because you got the chandelier literally falls down probably a couple feet. Yeah, it's like a Phantom of the Opera moment. It's swinging up above. You've got Rey and Kylo Ren fighting. It was really cool. I that was probably the highlight for me. And probably for a lot of people that are gonna pay to go on it.
How was the food you tried?
I got like 2 bites of each thing. I was so focused on filming the Gaia concert. I wanted to get as much video and pictures as I could. The food that I had I wasn't too big on the dessert thing. I forgot what it was. I don't have it in front of me here, the pictures. All the food that I had they gave us like a sampler platter of, I guess, dinner or lunch, and I'm trying to get this right. Breakfast and lunch are buffet style. And then I think dinner is like sit down, with a menu. I know with the Gaia concert, it's menu based.
Yeah.
But I know breakfast and lunch are buffet style. But it was good. All the food was really great. The rooms, like I said, you're not paying $5,000, $6,000 for these rooms, because the windows that you look out, they were kind of weird. They were giving off this kind of like trying to think of something that I could compare it to.
Come on, be a shill.
Hogwarts Express. The windows kind of have that lenticular kind of effect to it, like when you're looking out it.
Yeah.
They kind of gave off that vibe. It was kind of weird.
Fake Hermione also there?
Was there anything that you found disappointing?
Give me a second.
He's got to look at the paper.
The gift shop wasn't open. I wanted to buy a shirt. Like I said, in this 4-hour thing, everything that we did was really cool. I didn't have time to really, I've listened to other podcasts. I've watched other YouTube videos. A lot of people are, which, by the way, I've watched a lot of other people that have already posted reviews and videos, and they've paid for it, and the good outweighs the bad. So there you go. Yeah. There's a lot of people that were tearing this thing apart about the price tag and everything. And a lot of the people that have already gone, because I don't know how many sailings have already happened. 2, 3. March 1st was the first one, so a couple. A lot of people have already posted their videos and reviews, that people that paid for it, and it's the majority of the comments are really good. And you are paying for the immersion of this. And listen, I want this to be successful, because this is one of the most ambitious things Disney's ever done.
Yeah.
I want it to be successful. Now, whether it is or not, 6, 8 months, a year, a couple years down the road, we'll have to see. I saw an interesting stat, even if they fill every room for the foreseeable future, it's only like 0.1% of people that go through, that are going to go through all 4 parks, over a year or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was some interesting stat that, but going back to what I was saying, this is one of the most ambitious things Disney's done. And if we want, I don't think we'll see something else like this from Disney again, this kind of interactive theater type thing. But if this was a big risk for Disney, price point aside, this was a huge risk for Disney. And, I think if we want to see more really interesting things from Disney and interactive things from Disney, I think, I want this to be successful. And it's good to see that a lot of the reviews that people have paid for it and have come back and recorded YouTube videos, podcasts, the reviews are really positive, which was a good thing to me. It was just this 4-hour media thing that we got was a lot. And I, given the chance, I would go back and I would pay for it, and that's what I was telling people on Twitter. I wasn't, I would, if I had the money and I got 3 kids, I'd tell you what, I don't. I
feel like that price is going to come down eventually, though.
I will be very curious to see
not tomorrow, but
if they offer some sort of discount, pass holder discount, cast member discount, if the rooms start to kind of, if the
if you get that cast member discount,
yeah,
we're all family now.
But like I said, I think the most fun way to experience this, and I'm not to say going with your kids wouldn't be an absolute blast, but I think the coolest way to experience this would be 3 or 4 of your nerdiest Star Wars friends, and everybody just completely geeking out, and yes, you would have to share a room with 3 or 4 of your closest Star Wars buddies. Which could kind of get weird, but you're not going to be spending much. It's like a cruise. You're not going to be spending much time in that room. You are literally probably going to go back there to sleep.
Yeah. And from what I've seen, a lot of people didn't even get that much sleep. So it's because one of the things you can do is you can roam around the Starcruiser.
Yeah.
At night in the middle of the night.
And let me talk about really quick before we get going here, because I don't want to yap about this forever. Lightsaber training. Lightsaber training was the first thing that we did. We got to walk around when we first got on board. The trip up to the Halcyon from Orlando, I guess you're leaving Orlando, going up to the Halcyon. That was really interesting. It was really quick. I don't know if you jump to like if you jump to light speed going up, because there was some Star Wars person that was like, oh, you can't jump to light speed if you're on another planet, or if you're in the
atmosphere.
If you're in the atmosphere or something like that. And I was like, I don't know if it's just like some little quick because it didn't look like hyperspeed. Anyways, it's really quick. Like you get in the elevator, the doors close, you start to like blast off, and then like the fast moving like hyper speed things come. And then some droids come in and grab you and dock you with the Halcyon. It's really quick. I thought it was going to be a little bit more. I don't know. I thought there was going to be more to it. But what was I talking about? Lightsaber training. Lightsaber training was, I think going back to kind of what you asked, Barry. I don't think, not really disappointing. I think lightsaber was the thing that I think could use the most work, but. And this is a big but. The lady that we had training with us, she made it worth it. She was phenomenal. Yes, the lightsaber training thing with the lightsaber, and you're blocking the light of the beam of light. It's silly, it's cheesy. But that was the first thing we did, and we finished that, and I was like, I'm done. I'm exhausted. I was like, I don't want to be. If this is what it means to be a Jedi, I don't want to be a Jedi. But the I don't know what she's called, the lady in there that's training you, she was so invested in her character, teach, she was telling everybody to breathe, kind of what we were doing with Emily with the Force, and she was so into it, and she made it so worth it that the whole kind of cheesy thing with the lightsaber training kind of went to the back burner, because she was phenomenal. And that kind of falls back to one of the first things I was saying are the actors on this. They're so just amazing. Like the characters. And I think that's the one thing where I would definitely say it's worth it, is the interactions you can have with these the stormtroopers. Unfortunately, they use the same pre-recorded bits that they use in Galaxy's Edge.
Mm-hmm.
They don't. I wish they could find out some way to make them free, like talk on their own.
Yeah.
Like if they use some kind of voice changer or something. Mm-hmm. And it's the same pre-recorded bits that you get over on Batuu. But anyways, that's kind of just some of the highlights of my 4-hour crash course that we got during the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge media preview. It's the bridge is really cool with all the buttons and everything. There's so much going on, and I would love to go back and do the whole 2-day experience, because I've watched tons of videos, and it looks like it's so much fun. Just everybody with their data pads, and it's literally like an agenda all day long. I saw what's his name, Peter from Ordinary Adventures. I watched their videos, and I forgot somebody. I forgot if it was him or somebody. But they were like, we literally took 5 minutes to pee and we missed something.
Yeah, pretty much.
We went back to the hotel. We went back to our cabin on the ship, and we took 5 minutes to go to the bathroom, and you missed like something. Like it's that crazy. So, but anyways, I have all sorts of Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser videos up on the YouTube channel. I shot so much video I had to break my main videos up into 3 parts. So I got 3 vlogs for you to check out. Merchandise, food, all that good stuff. So if you want more Galactic Starcruiser stuff, head over there and check that out. So
moving on, since you just talked a lot, let's go skip over one thing and come back to it. Emily, you got to go to the Icebreaker media event and ride Icebreaker
with Kelly.
With Kelly here with ThrillGeek. And what did you think? I mean, it looks like a peppy little coaster, and yes, there is video of them riding it on our YouTube channel.
My favorite thing was when we got off, they asked us to like record something like they could potentially use for the commercial. And I said that it was like a family coaster, and that was not used because like a day later they changed the
height requirement.
And I went, well, that's not going in. No, it's short. It's really cute. Like, and I'm not a coaster person, so the fact that I'm like, yeah, I'll go on it again is like a big thing.
Yeah.
Because this Thursday, I think we're going on Iron Gwazi, and I'm probably gonna die. So great.
So
Probably gonna die. But yeah, no, I mean, like coasters like this are for someone that does not like roller coasters, like at all. This is manageable. You know, I would be comfortable taking anybody on this type of coaster, and I think that's what some of the theme parks need sometimes. You know, I think everybody wants bigger, faster, intenser type coasters, which is great too. But I definitely think, at least for SeaWorld Orlando, they needed a coaster that was not a baby coaster, but also very like in that middle ground. But yeah, no, my favorite part of that whole day was like Kelly just screaming at anybody that she saw that she did not like roller coasters and freaking out the whole time. That was my favorite part. So.
And that's the thing with Icebreaker is I think, you know, unfortunately, like we said, SeaWorld, like a day later, they changed the height requirement from 42.
Well, no, because wasn't it like opening 46? Day was fine because Travis went, and then like the day after they changed it.
And they changed it to 54 inches, which kind of eliminated that, you know, that family coaster kind of mentality.
Went from 48 to 54 inches.
48 to 54, yeah.
I said, oh no, she said family coaster in her video.
Well, you know,
we gotta change it.
It's these damn comfort collars from Premier.
Well, that was the thing. Like, because there were people got in. It was really weird because I'm like always that person because like I'm a bigger girl, so I always want to try a test seat just to make sure like I fit pretty much in everything, but I want to make sure that I'm not uncomfortable because already not a coaster person and I don't want to feel like I'm gonna die in it.
Sure.
So I tried the test seat and it was totally fine, but of course you go in a test seat, all you're doing is pulling the thing down to make sure the button goes on. You're not obviously putting something over you.
Yeah.
So when we got onto like the load platform, they put us like in the middle. So like we're sitting there and I'm like, I go to like pull the thing down. I'm like, oh no. And I had to like lift it over me, click it in. I had to help Kelly because she never used one before. It's just so weird. Like it's a weird thing because you don't think about doing that. You know, when you go on a coaster, you don't think of like, let me put my safety restraint on. Like it's just an odd concept. And I know why they exist. I know why they use them. I just wish they wouldn't because we've seen things like Velocicoaster and Hagrid's and stuff where you just don't need it. And I don't think this coaster needs it at all.
I've never understood the Premier comfort collar thing. I don't understand it. Like the reason behind it. But yeah, no, I looked on Twitter the other, like when they changed the height requirement, people were posting pictures of like, I'm guessing this is why they changed it. Cause kids were like this with the comfort collar, like here. And apparently there were some injuries and stuff.
Not intense or anything.
Yeah.
So the fact that any injuries were being caused or because of either the comfort collar or not, it's just very like weird to see because it's like, you know, I'm not a very tall human being. So, you know, usually when I'm on a roller coaster, I can feel like the little bit of like going up or something like that. And on this coaster, I really didn't feel anything. So, you know, a child that is probably only a few inches shorter than me. Yay. That, is struggling with it is kind of a concern.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Well, there were a lot of people too saying that they went in and they wrote it, and it was a little more intense than I guess that they originally thought it was going to be. I saw
Kelly needs
people.
to chime in.
I saw people saying that. But yeah, it. I don't know if they're going to try and change it back to the 48 inches, or they're just going to keep it at 54. But it's those comfort collars. I'm
I'd rather have them keep it at 54 then, if it's going to be safer. But
yeah. I'll get Jordan, my oldest, over there. I haven't ridden it yet. I have to get him over there and ride it.
I was about to say, he hasn't begged you yet.
Oh, he's been begging me.
Okay, I was about to say,
Velocicoaster was top priority for the new coaster. All the new coasters here in Orlando. I'll tell you what, we are incredibly blessed right now as locals in Orlando, Tampa area, with Velocicoaster and Iron Gwazi and everything else. I mean, it's the Busch parks have some fantastic coasters, even with the older ones, Montu, Mako, Kraken, it's a good time.
Doing Montu as well, I want to say.
They repainted it.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
Bright yellow. Yeah, Barry and I were leaving, which we'll talk about next year. Barry and I were leaving the Iron Gwazi media event, and I was like, oh, they're painting Montu, and it's bright yellow.
Yeah.
I'm like, did you guys use the right yellow? Like, it's
you're like Florida
bright.
Sun.
And I remember I rode Montu I can't remember my first time the Busch Gardens was like the year Montu opened, and I just don't remember it being that bright. Like, it's like for those of you that have been to Six Flags Park, it's like Batman the Ride. Yellow.
Yeah.
The supports.
Yeah, they got the ones that have that color scheme.
Yeah, the ones that have that blue and yellow color scheme. But it's bright yellow. They got the track blue, dark blue color, which is, simple dark blue color. But the supports are like bright yellow. Yeah, that's what we'll talk about right now really quick is Iron Gwazi.
It was okay.
I will kick you out of this live stream right now.
No, I mean, all you got to do is see our POV video of us like losing our minds. No, I mean, we are blessed. We now have, I mean, in my eyes, as someone who's like ridden like almost 700 roller coasters around the world, two of the best coasters I've ever ridden in Velocicoaster and Iron Gwazi. Iron Gwazi does not let up from the moment you go over that lift until you hit the brakes. There is no point where you can take a breath. There's no point where it stops. It is pure insanity from the moment you go over. However,
Thursday's gonna be fun.
I'm serious.
There's spots of intensity, but it's not like a beat the crap out of you intensity. It's just more of a, oh my god, what did we just do? Pop of airtime or that roll. The roll is just it's just amazing. It's an awesome ride. I know we've had to wait so long for it to open, but it was
worth the wait.
It was worth the wait. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, very kind of nailed it with Iron Gwazi with me, and like I said, like he said too, we have videos up on our YouTube channel. I had this was my first time playing with my 360 GoPro, which I had way too much fun with, by the way.
It's like you two welcomed a new child into the world. That's how happy you looked in all the videos and the pictures.
Well, I didn't know what I was doing with it. I hit record and I was like, I'll see how it comes out, and I get home and GoPro has a specific software for the 360 cameras, and I plugged it in and I'm playing around with it, and you can bend it, you can turn it, you can do all sorts of crazy stuff with this 360
I thought that was
video.
high.
Yeah, it's the little planet thing that I did. That was interesting. But yeah, no, Iron Gwazi is amazing. Barry, I'm just gonna kind of rehash everything Barry said. It's relentless, nonstop. Both Barry and I completely agree that the 540 spiral is probably our favorite part. Nice little pops of airtime at the end. And then you hit the brakes and you're literally gasping for air when you hit those brakes. Like I was like, what just happened? Like
and
it was
truly, I mean, I know this is the way for most coasters, but much like Velocicoaster, front and back are two completely different experiences.
So sit in the middle. Got it.
Yeah.
It's and I normally never say this, but I think I like the front better than the back. And
Yeah.
I'm normally someone who like, no, the back is always the best part of the coaster.
Well, the airtime, we noticed because, basically for the media preview, we got thrown in the front, filmed, and then they threw us in the back. And the airtime is completely different. You think there'd be more airtime in the back. There's not.
No,
with Iron Gwazi, the ejector airtime is in the front. So if you want that ejector airtime right in the front, the back is just that intense back row experience that you get on a coaster, but it's not, the airtime isn't there. It was really interesting. I got off the back. When we got off right in the back row, I was like, the airtime was there, but it wasn't as, oh my God, throwing you around all crazy ejector airtime that the front row had, which was really interesting. So yeah, get down to Busch Gardens and ride yourself some Iron Gwazi. And I'm waiting for Emily for her thoughts on it if she survives.
Break my neck halfway through.
It's intense. That's the best way I can explain it. Is most coasters have a moment where you can catch your breath and
you're not selling it to me every time you say that.
Where you can gain your whether it's the mid-course brake run where you can take a few seconds, get your composure. Iron Gwazi, no, none of that.
Yay!
It was amazing.
It was good stuff. So, all right. I think it's okay, Emily. You'll be all right. It'll be good stuff.
Fine.
Yeah, I think we're getting towards the end here, and I think since this being the first ThrillGeek this week, it's a new year. What are some of the things pop culture and theme park wise we're looking forward to this year? I mean, there is still going to be a lot. We've got Guardians coming up here, opening in Epcot Memorial Day weekend. But
I'm excited about Guardians. Everything else is pretty much because Busch and SeaWorld saved their stuff from last year for this year, so we're Busch, SeaWorld, we got Icebreaker, Iron Gwazi.
We got the Mummy coming back from a complete track replacement.
Is Tron opening this year?
No one seems to know what's going on with Tron. Fingers crossed when that canopy is done that we might finally get the Walt Disney World Railroad back, which would be lovely.
Yeah,
your fighter, Tron or the Railroad,
because it definitely makes a difference having the railroad in Magic Kingdom.
I've heard people say that they've seen the train testing and stuff. So, but
it's been testing.
Like you said, I don't think they can really do anything until that canopy's done because that canopy goes over the railroad track. So
until that area is sort of done, we know there's work going on inside the show building. So fingers crossed.
What movies are coming up?
To me,
Top Gun. Jesus.
I knew you were going to say that.
Give me my Top Gun. The freaking display that they have in the AMC theater with the Maverick helmet.
Uh-huh.
Greatest movie.
Yes, please go on.
Promotional piece ever. Anyways.
My
Top
favorite
Gun Maverick. That's what I'm excited
point
about.
of when the Top Gun trailer came on before Batman was James leaned over for me and he went, "They made this for Clint." And then went back.
That's why I love James. See?
Yeah.
We connected in that moment.
I'm definitely excited for Multiverse of Madness.
Which we've got the trailer for, which looks fantastic. I mean, were we really shocked?
We're getting an Obi-Wan series.
Yep.
We're getting
what else?
How many Marvel movies and series?
We might get Horror Nights, who knows?
We got Moon Knight coming up. We've got She-Hulk. You've got Black Panther 2. I believe Thor. we got Avatar 2 coming out in December. Not that I'm excited for that, but the fact that I will not believe it until it actually is like in a theater going, that this movie actually exists.
That's why I
guess that Jurassic Park movie comes out.
I am not excited for that.
I haven't, heard about that at all.
I'm so please do not be bad. Please do not be bad.
They just, kill Chris Pratt in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, that would be awesome too. Guardians Holiday Special is supposed to come out in December.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
So I mean, there's so much, and then I wouldn't even get into all the TV and we'll see. I think
be unemployed.
I think I mean, as far as for me, theme parks, fingers crossed. I'm hoping to get over to Disneyland Paris because their 30th anniversary looks better than our 50th. So
their 30th
garbage can looks better than
fantastic.
Because
there was a media preview over the last couple of days. I know Denise from Mouse Steps that we had on the podcast. She was there and posting pictures and video, and that little drone pre-show. And I guess they bring out there's a pre-show and there's a post-show.
Yeah,
and I guess they bring out the drones for both of them, which is the
pre-show is cool. I think the post-show is from what I've seen is even more amazing
because they move. It looks like the pre-show, the 30th comes up and that's it.
Yeah, it's a build up to that moment.
Yeah, and then it looks like the post-show, like the 3 and the 0, the drones kind of like separate and there's a little more movement to it. But no, their 30th looks amazing. The merchandise, those garden sculptures that are animated and they move look really cool. Everything I've seen from their 30th looks amazing.
They've got Avengers Campus coming later this summer.
And aren't they getting Frozen, and aren't they getting Galaxy's Edge? Because they
supposedly expansions at the Studios Park. This is like over the next I think 5 years is Arendelle, Galaxy's
No, you're
Edge.
right, Emily. Hong Kong is getting Frozen, but I remember them announcing.
No, they're supposed to get they're supposed to get they're supposed to expand around the lake. At Paris and add Galaxy's Edge, Arendelle, and then there's definitely space for future additional lands.
Yeah.
So it's I'm fingers crossed we'll be be able to get over there and possibly one other international destination. So it's I'm excited. We've got a lot of we don't know what's going in the Shrek building, but allegedly that's opening before the year is out. So we
got minion walls up.
Yeah, we got So but nothing has been announced, so it's not official. And of course, Halloween Horror Nights. I mean,
which has also not been announced, so it might.
I feel like like Emily said, after knowing so much for so long for 30, we really don't know much at all for 31.
That's exciting.
And that's exciting. There's obviously will Stranger Things make a return since forgot to mention that it's been so long. It'll be almost 3 years in between seasons. When the season debuts in May.
I don't think we'll get it this year, though. I think we'll get it, if it comes back, maybe next year. Because
we'll see.
May, June, or they're splitting the season, aren't they?
Yeah. They're splitting it over, so people have to subscribe for 2 months to Netflix instead of just one.
For those of you watching, I kind of want a quick opinion. Would you rather us do like when Halloween Horror Nights announcement starts, would you rather us do like a random live stream like the day of that announcement, kind of talking about the announcement, or would you rather just wait and see if like during the ThrillGeek This Week live stream on Sundays? I'm curious what people would want to see from us. Maybe like when something's announced, maybe we could do a quick live stream that night on, whether it's YouTube or Twitch or both, and talking about that stuff. I'm curious what everybody would like us to do. Let me know in the comments, because I want to do more live streams as on top of the ThrillGeek this week. I just want to know if it'd be worth it. And Halloween Horror Nights is always stuff that, that's our bread and butter. All of our Halloween Horror Nights content always does well. So let me know if you guys would like us to do more sporadic live streams, whether it's on YouTube or what have you. That night, even if it's only a 10 or 15-minute live stream kind of talking, because you can only talk about one announcement so much.
But hey, if they bring Texas Chainsaw back, I can talk like 2 hours about Bubba being on the party bus. So
yeah.
I mean, it's I'm excited.
I will give that to the people if they want it.
And I think, going forward, like we said, this is going to be a live weekly stream. Sunday night is 8. Sometimes all 3 of us will be here. Sometimes it'll only be 2. Sometimes we'll bring a guest in to join us. Like I said, this is a little bit different. We're not going to talk, we're just going to talk about a few different things and talk about some personal things. And I'm excited. Let's see where this goes. And
and go ahead, Barry. Sorry.
It's a new day.
Yeah. And if you guys have any input and you're watching now, let us know if anything you guys want to see, anything you guys would like different. Would you guys like me to, I didn't do any slideshows or anything, or any, pictures or anything. If that's something you would like to see, let me know. We want to tweak this to where it's something you guys enjoy, but I wanted this live stream to be a little bit more laid back, a little more chill. Where we can kind of chat with you in the live in the chat, whether you're watching on Twitch or YouTube. For those of you that have been watching, we really appreciate it. We greatly appreciate the support on all of our social media platforms, whether it's here on YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook,
TikTok.
Yes, Emily, you have been killing it on TikTok, so I'm going to give you some more brownie points for that. And yes, we have a TikTok. Everything's ThrillGeek, so make sure you're following us everywhere: Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. I think the only thing I couldn't get the word ThrillGeek was Pinterest. We have a Pinterest because I literally have it set up. Yeah. Well, I'm not really. I mean, I have it literally set up to where we post an article on the website and it pushes to Pinterest. So we get some organic traffic from that, but and I think that's Thrill_Geek. Everything else is one word: ThrillGeek. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. So make sure you're following us there and all that good stuff. So, Barry, Emily, anything else before we head on out of here? We've been chatting for an hour. So
no,
we can wrap it up.
Speaking of social media, right here on YouTube, be sure to check out our Galaxy Starcruiser videos. Sen and I recently had lunch at Space 220. And we give you a review video of that. In the next week or so, I will be at the media day for Aquatica for their new slide. So we'll have some video content from that. And when are you guys? You guys are going to Flower and Garden sometime soon here. Is it this week or is it next week?
Friday. We'll be out there for Disney invited us out. I never said thank you to Disney for inviting us out to the Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser media preview. As much as we get called shills and everything, I really don't care. I appreciate everything Disney does for us, and that's that.
Yeah, so we will. You guys will definitely be filming some content to put up here on YouTube. From food to merchandise to topiaries.
Emily's gonna be on the TikTok zone. She's gonna be on the TikTok zone.
TikTok's my thing.
I know. That's Mr. Badger to you. More live streams. We are trying to get back into doing live streams around the parks. I know we've sort of slacked off on it for a while.
I've been doing them on TikTok. So...
Yeah, Emily's been doing them on TikTok.
Yeah, Emily successful. So.
Emily did a random one on what was it, Disney Springs?
Yeah, I just got bored.
Yeah, and it actually did pretty well. So and
I did one the other day from Magic Kingdom. So we're gonna try, here YouTube and TikTok. We're gonna be doing some more live streams more often. We're just trying to get back into it. So.
It's also getting hotter outside, so I kind of want to die.
Yeah. please
so
let us know
inside
what
somewhere. Let me know.
Yeah.
Really quick, let us know what platforms, for those of you that are watching it live or watching this, watching the replay, let us know what platforms you guys want to see live streams on, whether it's here on YouTube. I don't think Twitch. Well, Facebook, our live streams actually do pretty well. That's the one thing for our Facebook page.
You can also do Instagram too, if that's people's shit.
Yeah. Instagram's another finicky beast. I don't think our live stream walkarounds would do well on Instagram. I think YouTube would be the place where, and TikTok would be the place where we do a lot of our walking around.
Well, see, nobody cared when I was walking around Disney Springs, but the second I looked at that Disney merchandise, it was
everybody's like,
"Oh, show me the 50th," and I'm like, "Okay."
A lot of people saying YouTube. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. Well, I appreciate the input. And, like Barry said, we'll try. My new job, I'm off on Fridays. So Friday is definitely an easier day for me to get out and do a live stream. And I'm 15, 20 minutes away from Universal. So I will definitely try and get out there to pop out, and do a live stream walking around IOA. You guys have seen me do them, plenty of times walking around IOA or Universal Studios. So yeah, we'll definitely
I plan to be
has something specific too, instead of us just like awkwardly walking around doing nothing. It's like if you have like a suggestion or something that really kind of helps us figure out exactly what to show you.
And I plan to be at Magic Kingdom on Wednesday for Festival of Fantasy returning. So we will definitely have a video of that coming to YouTube.
Hashtag breaking news. That's
parade.
I like Festival of Fantasy. It's not my favorite, but it's a fun parade. Yeah. That's why I'm kind of reaching out to people, watching the live stream. Let us know what you guys want, because we are here for you. We want to do what you guys want to see. And definitely I've said this and I keep saying it, the YouTube channel, we really want to focus on there. I've been doing a lot of YouTube shorts, and those have been doing well.
Yeah.
And so we're experimenting, so please let us know if there's anything you guys ever want to see, whether it's something specific in the parks.
Yeah, but now I feel like you're basically telling people to like make me like Casey's Corner or something like that, and I'm not going to enjoy myself.
Live stream from Casey's Corner. Tune in
live.
ThrillGeek live from Casey's Corner.
Of Cinderella's Castle.
Look at
it's
that.
It's just Emily trying to find a table for like 35 minutes.
I can't. Where? There's one over. No, someone sat in that one. Wait. There's one over there. People with a stroller.
ThrillGeek will never become, the YouTube live streamers that live stream for hours and hours and hours on end. We enjoy doing quick, 20.
We'd have to buy one of those packs to do that.
Yeah, and we enjoy doing the shorter, 15, 20, 30-minute live, maybe 40-minute live streams. That's Mr. Battery You says TikTok or YouTube short. Each food is a small video. Yeah, and we really don't post a lot of food content. And Emily's mentioned, people love.
It's me. I love
people. Love food and merchandise content, so maybe we'll start doing a little bit more of that stuff.
I posted
literally
that review
my bio on the website.
I posted that merchandise. Yeah, I posted that review of the La Creperie last year when it opened, and I'm shocked how many people have watched that. So
yeah, I saw that the other day. How well that video did in our YouTube channel. But anyways, guys, we're gonna wrap it on up, and enough rambling here. But like I said, let us know what you guys want to see, because we are here for you. So all right. Anyways, guys, Barry, do you still want to do the podcast outro, or should we just?
Oh yeah, I've got a new we are at ThrillGeek on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook.com/ThrillGeek. Please like and follow our Facebook page, ThrillGeek.com, for the latest in theme park and pop culture news. And you are watching ThrillGeek This Week right now on YouTube.com/ThrillGeek. Please subscribe, comment, leave a question. We'll get back to you eventually.
Maybe.
Yeah, and if you're following us here on YouTube, make sure you're not only subscribed, but you have notifications turned on. So when we go live, we do this. This live stream, ThrillGeek This Week, will be every Sunday at 8 p.m. Like Barry said, whether it's
standard time.
Yeah, Eastern Standard Time, Florida time, East Coast.
Right.
Like Barry said, whether it's just me, whether it's just Barry and me, whether it's Emily and Barry, we will stick to doing this every single week at 8:00, just hanging out, talking. Anyways,
and we hope to have some guests and some of the other Thrill Geek people on here too with us.
Yeah, when I chatted with everybody about this, I mentioned it to Kelly, Janine, everybody that helps out with Thrill Geek, Travis. I definitely want to have them on, and have some more fun conversations on here with everybody. So, all right. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate you guys, and we will see you next time.
Stay safe.
Bye.